Laudetur Jesus Christus, praised be Jesus Christ. Hello and welcome to all of you to this live broadcast of the Angelus prayer, coming to you from St. Peter's Square here in Rome, on this beautiful day here in Rome on the 24th Sunday in Ordinary Time. In just a few moments, Pope Francis will be coming through the window there of the Apostolic Palace, and he, as he does every Sunday, to greet the pilgrims and visitors below here in the square and to lead us in the recitation of the Angelus prayer at 12 o'clock. On behalf of Vatican Media, I would like to welcome all of you, and especially our partners who are joining us today. Some of you are joining us through various Vatican Media channels, the Vatican News Live Event app, the Vatican Radio Vaticana app, the Vatican News English web portal, YouTube channel, our Facebook live feed, and to all of you joining us through Catholic TV, Catholic Faith Network, Shalom World Television Networks USA, EWTN TV, Salt and Light TV, Shalom TV India, and at Madarshan TV India, UCTV, Uganda Catholic Television. We also welcome those who are joining through Radio Maria England, Luminous Radio India, and all of you joining us through radio stations and all of you tuning in through other local or diocesan radio broadcasts, or those of you picking up the shortwave transmission. We welcome those joining through our American Sign Language broadcast, and all of you joining through other internet sites and digital platforms throughout the world. Welcome to all of you. My name is Bonga Majola, and this is a great joy for me to be able to provide you with the English language translation today. As we know, before leading the recitation of the Angelus, Pope Francis will offer some reflections, catechesis, on this Sunday's Gospel reading, which is taken from the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 18, verses 21 to 35. So, we will be hearing from him on today's Gospel and reflections on that, followed by the recitation of the Angelus prayer. And then he will greet all those who have gathered here in the square, pilgrims from Rome and from different parts of the world, as we see flags waving and a very excited crowd as usual, as you can see in these live images coming to you directly and live from St. Peter's Square. We see the banner and the window of the palace where the Holy Father will emerge in just a few minutes' time. We'll listen to his message and we'll receive his apostolic blessings on this Sunday. Here we can see the banner there hanging from the window where Pope Francis will emerge and greet everyone in the square below, and the curtains have just opened, and there comes the Holy Father. We join the crowds as they applaud and welcome the Holy Father.
Cari fratelli e sorelle, buongiorno.
Dear brothers and sisters, buongiorno.
Il Vangelo ci parla di perdono.
Today the Gospel speaks to us about forgiveness. Peter asks Jesus, Lord, how often shall my brother sin against me and I forgive him? As many as 7 times? 7 in the Bible is a number that indicates completeness. And so Peter is very generous in the assumptions of his question. But Jesus goes further and answers him, I do not say to you 7 times, but 77 times. He tells him that when one forgives, one does not calculate, that it is good to forgive everything and always, just as God does with us, and as those who administer God's justice are required to do, forgive always. This I say always to the priests and to the confessors, to forgive always. exactly like God forgives.
Gesù illustra poi questa
Jesus
realtà
then illustrates this
attraverso una
reality with a
parabola
parable,
che ha sempre a che
which
fare
again
con
has to
dei
do with
numeri.
numbers.
Un re dopo essere stato
A
pregato
king,
perdona a un
after
servo
being
il
implored,
debito di
forgives
10.000
a,
talenti, un
seven, a
valore
servant a debt
esagerato,
of 10,000 talents. It
immenso,
is an
così da fare
exaggerated, immense value,
200 e 500
ranging from 200 to
tonnellate di
500
argento.
tons of silver.
Esagerato.
It's
Era
exaggerated.
un debito impossibile da
It was an
saldare,
impossible debt to
anche
settle,
lavorando una vita
even by
intera.
working a lifetime.
Eppure quel padrone,
Yet this
quel padrone che
master,
richiama il
who
Padre
reflects
nostro,
our Father,
lo condona per pura
forgives
compassione.
it out of sheer pity.
Questo è il cuore di Dio,
This is the
perdona
heart of God.
sempre,
God forgives
perché Dio
always,
è compassionevole.
because God is
Non
merciful.
dimentichiamo
Let us not
com'è il
forgive
modo di Dio. Dio
how
è
God
vicino,
functions. God is close.
compassionevole
God
e
is full of
tenero.
compassion, and God is tender.
Così è il modo di essere di Dio.
This is how
Poi
God
però
is.
questo servo,
Then, however,
quale
this
è stato
servant whose
rimesso il
debt
debito,
had been forgiven
non usa alcuna
shows no
misericordia
mercy
nei riguardi di un
towards a fellow
compagno
servant
che gli deve 100
who
denari.
owes him 100 denarii.
Questa è una cifra consistente,
This too is a
equivalente a circa
substantial
3
sum,
mesi di stipendio.
equivalent to about 3 months' wages,
Come per dire, perdonarci
as if to
a
say
noi
that forgiving
costa.
each other
Nulla
costs money,
paragonabile
but not at all
alla cifra
comparable
precedente
to the
che il
previous one,
padrone
the
aveva
one forgiven by
perdonato.
God.
Il messaggio di Gesù è chiaro.
Jesus' message is clear. God forgives incalculably, exceeding all measure.
Lui è così.
This is
Agisce
how
per
He
amore
is.
e per
He
gratuità.
acts gratuitously,
A Dio non se lo
out
dà.
of love.
Dio è gratuito, tutto gratuità.
With God,
Noi
everything
non
is
possiamo
gratuitous.
ripagarlo,
We
ma
cannot
quando
repay
perdoniamo il
Him.
fratello,
But
la
when we
sorella,
forgive a brother
lo
or a sister,
imitiamo.
we imitate Him.
Perdonare
Forgiving
non è dunque una
is
buona
not
azione
therefore a
che si
good
può
deed
fare
that
o
we
non
can
fare.
choose to do or not.
Perdonare è una
It is a
condizione
fundamental condition
fondamentale per chi è
for
cristiano.
those who are Christians.
Ognuno di noi, infatti, è un perdonato,
Every one of us, in
una
fact,
perdonata.
is forgiven.
Non dimentichiamo
Let us
questo.
not forget this.
Noi siamo perdonati.
We are forgiven.
Dio ha dato la vita per noi.
God gave His
E in
life for
nessun
us,
modo
and no way
potremo
can we
compensare la
compensate
sua
for His
misericordia,
mercy,
che Egli non ritira mai del cuore.
which He never withdraws
Però,
from His heart.
corrispondendo alla sua gratuità,
However, by
noi
corresponding to
perdonare
His
con
gratuitousness, that is,
gli possiamo
forgiving one
dare
another, we can
testimonianza,
bear witness to Him,
seminando vita
sowing
nuova
new life around
attorno
us.
a noi. Fuori del perdono, infatti, non c'è speranza. Fuori
For
del
outside of
perdono
forgiveness, there
non
is
c'è
no
pace.
hope. Outside of forgiveness,
Perdono
there is
è
no peace.
l'ossigeno che
Forgiveness
purifica
is the
l'aria
oxygen that
inquinata
purifies the
dall'odio.
air polluted
Il
by
perdono
hatred.
è l'antidoto
It is the
che
antidote
risana i
that
veleni
heals
del
the poisons
rancore,
of
è la
resentment.
via per disinnescare
It is the way
la
to
rabbia
diffuse
e
anger
guarire tante
and heal
malattie
so
del
many
cuore
diseases of
che
the heart
contaminano la
that
società.
contaminate society.
Domandiamoci allora,
Let us ask ourselves then,
ognuno di noi pensi:
each one of us, let us think
io
about this.
credo di aver ricevuto da Dio il dono di un
Do I
perdono
really
immenso?
believe that I have received from God the gift of
Sento la
immense
gioia di
forgiveness?
sapere che Lui
Do I
è
feel the
sempre
joy of
pronto a
knowing that He is
perdonarmi
always ready
quando
to forgive
cado,
me when I
anche
fall,
quando gli altri
even
non
when
lo
others
fanno,
do not,
anche quando
even when I am
nemmeno
not
io
even able
riesco
to
a
forgive
perdonare
myself?
me stesso? Lui perdona, credo che
God
perdoni.
continues to forgive. Do I believe this?
So
And then,
perdonare a mia volta
can I in
chi mi ha
turn
fatto del
forgive
male?
those who wrong me?
A questo proposito
In this respect,
vorrei proporvi
I
un
propose a
piccolo
little exercise to
esercizio.
you.
Proviamo adesso,
Let us try
ciascuno di
now,
noi,
each one of us,
pensare a una
to
persona
think of a
che
person
ci ha ferito.
who has hurt you.
Ognuno pensi a una.
Each one think of a person who has hurt us.
E chiediamo al Signore la forza di
And let us
perdonarla.
ask the Lord for the strength
E
to forgive them.
perdoniamola per amore del
And let
Signore.
us forgive them out of
Fratelli
the
e
love
sorelle,
for the
questo
Lord.
ci farà bene.
Dear
Ci
brothers and sisters,
restituirà
this is good
la
for
pace
us.
nel
It will
cuore.
restore peace to our
Maria,
hearts.
Madre di Misericordia, ci aiuti ad accogliere la grazia di Dio.
May Mary, Mother of Mercy, help us to receive the grace of God and to forgive each
Angelus
other.
Domini, nunciavit Mariae.
Et concepit de Spiritu Sancto.
Ave Maria, grazia plena, Dominus tecum, benedicta tui mulieribus et benedictus fructus ventris tui, Iesus.
Sancta Maria, Mater Dei, ora pro nobis peccatoribus, nunc et in hora mortis nostre. Amen.
Ecce ancilla Domini.
Fiat mi secundum verbum tuum.
Ave Maria, grazia plena, Dominus tecum, benedicta tui mulieribus et benedictus fructus ventris tui, Iesus.
Sancta Maria, Mater Dei, ora pro nobis peccatoribus, nunc et in hora mortis nostre. Amen.
Verbum caro factum est.
Et habitavit in nobis.
Ave Maria, gratia plena, Dominus tecum, benedicta tui mulieribus, et benedictus fructus ventris tui, Iesus.
Sancta Maria, Mater Dei, ora pro nobis peccatoribus, nunc et in hora mortis nostre. Amen.
Ora pro nobis, Santa Dei Genitrix.
Ut digni ficiamur promissionibus Christi.
Gratiam Tua, in quae sumus Domine, mentibus nostris infunde, che Angelo Annunziante, Christi Filii Tui, incarnatione coniovium, per passionem eius et crucem, a resurrectionis gloriam perducamur. Per Christum Dominum nostrum.
Amen.
Gloria Patri et Filio et Spiritui Sancto.
Sic ut erat in principio et nunc et semper et in saecula saeculorum. Amen.
Gloria Patri et Filio et Spiritui Sancto.
Sic ut erat in principio et nunc et semper et in saecula saeculorum. Amen.
Gloria Patri et Filio et Spiritui Sancto.
Sic ut erat in principio et nunc et semper et in saecula saeculorum. Amen.
Pro fidelibus defuntis, requiem aeternam dona eis Domine.
Perpetua luce a Teis.
Requiescant in pace.
Amen.
Sit nomen Domini benedictum.
Ex hoc nunc et usque in saeculum,
Aiutorium nostrum in nomine Domini.
qui fecit caelum et terram.
Benedicat vos, omnipotens Deus, Pater, et Filius, et Spiritus Sanctus. Amen. Cari fratelli e sorelle,
Dear brothers and sisters,
venerdì mi
on
recherò a
Friday
Marsiglia
I will travel to Marseille to
del
participate
Mediterraneo,
in the conclusion of Les Rencontres Méditerranéennes, which is a beautiful initiative that unites all the church leaders and civil leaders to promote the collaboration working towards peace and integration around our Mediterranean Sea. And this is a special intention for the migrants. And this is a big challenge, as we have seen on the news, especially during these past few days. This we have to tackle together because it is essential for the future of all. And it will help us to arrive at a prosperous future if it is only built on fraternity and putting at the first place the human dignity, human persons, concrete human beings, especially those who are in need. I would like to invite you then to accompany me with your prayers for this meeting. At the same time, I would like to thank the religious and civil authorities who have worked hard and who continue to work hard to prepare for this meeting in Marseille, a city that is very rich with people who are called to be a bridge of hope. So I invite you to continue to accompany me with your prayers. In a special way, I greet all of you, people of Rome, and many pilgrims from Italy and from different countries, especially those who are representing some parishes of Miami. And then there is the Caritas Band of St. Patrick. They are people from Cairo, and their sisters of the Holy Redemptor from Ukraine, the Church of Ukraine. And let us continue to pray for the battered people of Ukraine. And we continue to pray for peace wherever war is devastating. I greet young people of the Immaculata. And to all of you, I wish you a beautiful Sunday.
Per favore, non dimenticatevi di pregare per me. Buon pranzo e arrivederci.
And please do not forget to pray for me. Buon pranzo e arrivederci.
2 minuti per chiudere.
And this brings to the end our live broadcast of the Angelus prayer this Sunday, the 24th Sunday in Ordinary Time. As we have heard, Pope Francis has announced his trip to Marseille on Friday, and he has asked us to accompany him and to pray for him during this journey in Marseille. My name is Bonga Majola. It has been a great pleasure to provide this translation, English translation for you, and thank you very much for having joined us. All our partners, our TV partners, our radio partners, and all of you who have joined us through Vatican Media and Vatican Media channels. So I thank you and I wish you a beautiful Sunday. We leave you with these beautiful images of pilgrims who had gathered here to listen and to receive the blessings of our Holy Father Pope Francis. Buona domenica e arrivederci. Laudatus Jesus Christus.